Okay, it's been a while. I actually can't even remember the last time I got this GoPro out. Well, it was Brazil, but in terms of the hair, this is going to be a hair video. I don't remember the last time I got it out. It was definitely 2022. No, sorry, 2021. It's now 2022. It is October the 4th, 2022. So, I mean, 10 months ago probably. I think it was like last November I started really looking into the hair transplant stuff, and I'm going to give you an update. We have made zero progress in terms of hair regrowth, but we're starting to take action because I recently read a quote, Naval Ravikant, you can either accept it, deal with it, or forget about it pretty much, with any situation in life. So with this one, because it fucking annoys me every day, I'm going to deal with it. So previously I've talked about the fact that I was going to go to a clinic in England, down south, and pay £6,000, but I have spoken to a few clinics, 3 in total, 1 in Glasgow, 1 in London, and 1 in Manchester, I think they are. And none of the 3 of them really satisfied me. There were different prices. There was one, the one in Glasgow was almost half the price of the 2 down south. They were quite expensive. There was varying number of graphs talked about, between 1,500 and 2,500. And then I came across, which I thought I would never do, a Turkish hair clinic called Now Hair Time. And the reason I came across them was because I watched a YouTuber called Sean, I think his name, I don't even know what his name is, Sean something, an Irish guy. Went over there, talked about how good it was, and I went onto the Instagram page and I noticed 2 Scottish lads had also got their hair done there, so I got in touch with one of them. He said it was brilliant, and he was playing football out there at the time, they looked after him, and that's similar to what the Irish boy that I'd watched his YouTube video, he basically said that it was like top quality service. And I kind of thought to myself, you know, if I can pay same price to go to Turkey, and I would rather go to a place, so my thinking is I would rather go to a place where they're smashing out a couple a day than a handful a week. It means they know what they're doing. At the end of the day, the more you do something, the better you get at it. They look after you, you get free hotel stay, they give you breakfast, transport and stuff, and it just looks like kind of occasion. And I like occasions, so we're gonna go to Turkey, believe it or not. Never thought I would do it, but I'm gonna do it. Paying cash when you get there as well, a little bit dodgy. But I've also flipped my mind on some of the other treatments other than hair transplants. So they include finasteride. I'm going to call it finasteride. Basically stops, it's one of the most powerful drugs you can take for male pattern baldness. It stops DHT, which is the hormone that basically causes your hairs to kind of shrink and fall out, essentially. Majority of men report it being extremely successful, and to me it was the only thing that I read up on that actually really, really works, like scientifically proven to work. So it basically stops your hair from falling out, strengthens it, maybe helps it grow in some cases. Again, takes probably 6 to 12 months to see the full results. So I'm going to start on that today. I've also started taking, well, in previous video you probably saw me putting some kind of shampoo foamy shit in my hair, which was minoxidil, but that just, I couldn't be arsed because 1, it took time, 2, I feel like my hair was coming out every time I rubbed it, so I just thought, fuck this, I'm not doing it. So I now take oral minoxidil, 10mg, but I split them into 4. And this little pill box looks a little bit dodgy. Actually look like a bit of a... There we go, we can see it there. I look like a little bit of a drug dealer. So we split that into 4, which means I'm taking 2.5mg per day. Easy to take because I take multivitamins and fish oils every day anyway, so this is no stress for me. I also started taking Biotin, which apparently is a good supplement to strengthen the hair. And I'm going to start on finasteride. I'm going to take 0.5mg rather than 1mg because it's reported to have similar positive effects, but also when you're having half the dosage, it reduces the risk of side effects, which are erectile dysfunction, fantastic, and kind of lower sex drive. I don't think I'm going to have those 2 things. Maybe some, it has a tendency maybe to lead to a little bit of low mood depression as well, studies. But at the end of the day, all medication, any medication that you take has side effects. And at the end of the day, if the side effects are fucking strong, I'm going to stop taking it. But half a milligram every day for the rest of my life. All in the pursuit of a full head of hair. I did start on this spray. Again, it just feels like bit fucking useless. When I'm putting something into my body, I feel like it's going to have a bigger impact than spraying something on my head. But I've been using this. It's topical minoxidil, little spray. I'll stop using this eventually when it runs out. I only bought one bottle. It was like 60 quid, which is a fortune. So I'll only end up taking the minoxidil, finasteride and the biotin supplements. They'll be the three. Two of them are kind of prescribed and one of them is just a regular over-the-counter supplement. So let's have a look at the hair loss. So again, I don't know, it's hard to tell. I think it happens really slowly, so it's hard to tell. But basically, thinning in this temple area, same on the other side as well. Let's see if I can switch my hand over because these are the good bits. Everyone wants to see what it looks like. Thinning here. I even think I'm starting to thin at this front area as well here. So just generally thinning all over. I feel like the middle third is like my strongest strip. Look at that, man. I always wonder if that's normal when bits of hair come out, but who knows. And then we have the crown, of course. Yeah. So basically, one of the things I wasn't happy about with the clinics domestically in the UK was that they weren't going to do anything about the crown, and the crown was probably one of the areas. Well, the crown and the two temples were the areas that I were like, I want to get them fixed. So this Turkish clinic said they can do that for me, which is excellent, and they'll probably use about 3,000 grafts, which will mean I could get another transplant afterwards. I think one or two more if there's any more thinning or recession. But hopefully with this transplant and the finasteride and the other shit that I'm taking, it gives me at least 10 or 15 years of hair. And by that point, I hopefully will not care anymore about how I look. But I just want to have my hair for another 10 or 15 years. Some people might think it's very, what's the word? Vain of me and self-conscious. But listen, I don't give a fuck. I want my hair. End of the story. So that's the update on the lids. I'm away to get a haircut, believe it or not. Just the sides. It's a little bit long. And hopefully, this is Tuesday the 4th of October. Hopefully I end up going to Turkey around the second week of November to get this done. I will keep you updated as always. And we'll do a little 12-month progress, see how it's all working. Obviously, I won't be able to see the full effects of the finasteride independent of the hair transplant because they'll be kind of coinciding. But I think it's good that I'm maybe starting the finasteride 1 or 2 months before, because it'll just give all the new hairs and stuff coming through a better chance of it growing nice and strong and thick. The costs for my supplements that I take are pretty minimal. I think it's about 30 quid, maybe less a month for the minoxidil, oral minoxidil and oral finasteride, so not a huge expense. And that's the update. Alright, here we go. We've picked it up on Monday the 4th of October. We've picked up finasteride. Let's see. Prescription Lloyd's Pharmacy. There we go. And so it begins the hair regrowth mission. That's what we're going to call it. What will we call it? Project 2023. Project 23. That's what we're going to call it. Project 23 begins. Now, not quite yet because I left my little pill cutter in the house, which means, and also, I can't even leave here. Someone's fucking parked right beside me. What the fuck is that? These are 1 milligrams, which means I'm going to have to cut them in half. Here we go, little red pills. Hopefully my penis doesn't stop working and we're all good down below. We'll see. I'm going to keep a little diary. I'll keep you posted. Let's do this. Project 23. Monday the 10th of October, my birthday month. What a month it is. It's also the start of the cold weather. I have a hat on inside. Energy crisis and all that. Over here we have my little check-in sheet and we're down to day 7. Today's day 7. No low libido. There's no change in ejaculation or erectile dysfunction, and there's no change in mood, and that's been the same for the first 7 days, so I've not noticed any changes at all, which is good, I suppose. So these are the little pill boxes that I use. They look kind of dodgy. There we go. So that's the finasteride. Chop it up there. Half tablets. I'm taking 0.5 milligrams rather than 1. And that is the minoxidil. I may take that in quarters. Goes from a 10 milligram pill to a 2.5. Vitamin D3, multivitamin, and biotin, which is also good for hair health apparently, and my breakfast. So, let's see what's good lighting here. That better, maybe? So basically, some people will think, oh my god, you need to take a pill every day for the rest of your life. But I'm like, I plan on taking multivitamins, fish oils, and vitamin D3 for the rest of my life, so why not add in 2 more for the fun? So I do have a little concoction of pills to take in the morning. Listen, I probably miss it every, maybe 10 times a year. Due to hungover, due to being hungover, or just completely forgetting. But yeah, I don't mind taking it. 7 days, no issues, which is pretty good. So we'll see, probably 2-week mark will be a good test because there'll be a level of it in my system by then. And I've officially booked my flights to Turkey, Istanbul on the 7th of November, leave on Monday the 7th of November, return on Saturday the whatever, 12th, something like that. Getting the treatment. And this hat will be staying on for a lot longer. And I'll just be saying, oh yeah, it's cold, that's why I'm wearing a hat. But you know the real answer. What's up? Got my retainer in, so I'm kind of lisping. But, just got my last haircut. Not sure if you can see it too well. God, I need to lose some weight as well. Got my last haircut. It is Sunday, the 16th of October. Hair transplant, 3 weeks and 2 days away. So I'm not going to get another haircut. Next haircut, it'll all be shaved off, and then I'm going to start that long process of it all regrowing again. Today also marks 14 days, 2 weeks of me being on finasteride with no side effects. 0.5 milligram of finasteride, gold jacket, green jacket. 2 weeks, no side effects. Happy days. I'll keep you posted. Hair's still shite, but I'll keep you posted. Another quick update. So we are now on the 19th of October, which means exactly 3 weeks today, I will be going under the knife, if that's what you want to call it. It's not quite under the knife compared to some of the surgeries I've had, the eye surgery and the knee surgery. This will be very minor, but a long recovery time. So I've been looking at kind of the time it takes for you to actually see real progress, and to be honest with you, before I'm looking at guys' hair that have had it done in the past, before I'm looking at it and going, that looks decent, 6 months minimum. Up until that point, I'm like, looks okay, looks okay, looks okay. Fortunately, because I have, well, at this length, it looks like I have a decent amount of hair. So hopefully this all grows back in nice and quickly with help from the finasteride, or the finasteride, however the fuck you pronounce it. And then the new stuff plays catch up. So yeah, and also 15 days after taking finasteride, and I have no noticeable side effects. I'm not going to say no side effects because I might, and I might just not even notice them. So to me, that's a no. I don't have any side effects. 15 days in, no side effects. So I'm not going to update. I'll maybe update again in 30 days, which will be a week before the treatment. So yeah, no noticeable side effects from finasteride. If you're worried about taking it, stop being a pussy, try it out. If it doesn't work, stop taking it. Simple as that. Don't do what I did for a year and just ignore it. Not useful. Wednesday, the 2nd of November, 7 days out from the hair transplant before they shave the head and I go baldy. And I'm preparing 1 week early with these things here. Cherry capsules. I took these as a player. They help reduce inflammation, and I'm hoping when my brain and head swells up, this will take it down. So I'm starting 1 week early to get a level in my body. 30 days of capsules, so I'll take them for 3 weeks afterwards as well. 7 days to go. This is the last vlog. In fact, no, there's going to be one more video. I'm going to give you one more hair update and see how luscious it is before I go onto the knife. Hello. I'm not sure how the lighting is in here, but we are Thursday the 3rd of November, which means I am less than 7 days. I'm 6 days away from getting the hair done, and I wanted to share one final update, just of how I think things are going. So yeah, if you've been watching the videos for a while, I've had it for a couple of years in my mind, but For the last 4 weeks, I've been taking finasteride, and for the last 8 weeks or so, I've been taking oral minoxidil. And I had previously read, I'm not sure how good this lighting is, I'd previously read that you get shedding, and I didn't quite believe it, but either my hair loss is increasing at speed or I am shedding, because I feel as though there's a lot falling out and the front is really thinning. So in particular, I'd noticed that I had receding here, or not receding, but a lot of thinning here and a lot of thinning here, and then some thinning on the crown. And it's only recently have I started to notice that this front area is also becoming really thin. It's literally like a strip from here that's thin. There's a little bit left here. This middle section is thicker, and then the crown goes a bit thinner again. So when I put my hair up like this, it doesn't look as bad. Okay, as you can see, boom, crown. But when I do this is probably, I mean, even right now, I can see hair falling out. This is when I really see it. So obviously there's no growth here, no growth here, a little bit here, and this hair fucking falling on my face. I'm literally pulling bits out all the time. So I think this front bit has got really thin really recently. See if you can see that. So when I go next week, I'm hoping that every time I put my hand through my hair, bits come out. I'm hoping that they do this full front section, the two temples and across the front line, really strengthen it up, and then the crown. And then I'm hoping the finasteride and the minoxidil will kickstart as well. And you know, in 3, 4, 5 months time, I start to get a really strong hair coming back through. And I'm hoping that finasteride will kind of stop or halt any further hair loss that's happening at rapid speed. I'm 25, and I'd be happy if I had after the transplant, if I had a nice thickish head of hair, or as thick as it can be, for at least 10 more years with a good coverage. That's kind of what I'm looking for. That's my ultimate goal. And at 35, I might say again, you know what, I want more done. But if I can get a good head of hair until 35, I will be pretty happy. But yeah, that's the final update. Final last look. I'm going to take some pictures as well before I go. The rest of this vlog will be my journey to Istanbul, to the Now Hair Time clinic. I'm quite excited. It looks like a really nice experience. It looks pretty. It looks like you're really looked after, which is fantastic. So yeah, I'm excited, but also nervous. Let's see what happens.